my peace of mind. Even when I'm in the dark, still gotta let me shine, let me fly. My mind's got wings on it, got a blue, got a brown, got a pink on it. My neck girl's got a sick wallet. I splash cash and I drink solid. Woo! I don't wanna act bad, don't wanna see a pat flash. I just wanna black out without.
Oh, right. I'm just getting back onto this HPI, and basically the last 3 times now I've taken it out, I've got about a maximum of 10 minutes before it's gone into thermal protection. Tested the LiPo last time I came in, it had 70% left, so it's nothing to do with the LiPo. It can only be down to heat, which is, to be fair, not unexpected, seeing as I upped the pinion and upped the spur at the same time. So, first port of call, I didn't mean to run it without the fan on. So I'm going to, let's get this off, make a mess. I'm going to put the fan on, see if it helps. If that doesn't help, I'm going right back to the start again, and I'm just going to go back to the standard spur and then up the pinion, and basically sort of start from scratch. If I'd have done that and it had started messing about on the way through, then I would have known what's going on, but I did too many things at once. I don't know if it's the motor that's getting too hot or if it's actually the ESC, I'm not sure. So putting a fan on it can only help with heat, so I didn't do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in a kind of test environment, so I'm just going to hook it up. I'm not going to route it all through properly, because basically I'm going to run it with the receiver lid. I don't know if I'm going to have it off or whether or not I can just sort of squash it down on top, but I'm just going to run it. I want to see if I can get a full run out of it with the fan on. I want to see what difference it makes. I'm going to order a temp gun because I really badly need one. But there's the fan on. The difficult part was having to pull all the ESC out and everything to get into this receiver box so that I could route it in properly. But for now, I'm not going to run it in the wet, so that doesn't matter. For now, I'm just going to rig the ESC up, sorry, the fan up to the receiver, and see if I can kind of just put the lid back on with the wire going over the top. Don't want to break the wire, but that's just, I need a pull for it. Should be able to run this off any port. You could run it off 3 and then control whether you want it on or off, but I'm going to want it on all the time, so it doesn't matter. So the wire's going to kind of just run out of the way around here. It's not going to look too great for the meantime. And I've got to be careful when I just plonk all this back in that I don't nip the wire, because I'm going to be doing it up onto the wire. It's not ideal this, but I just need to know if it's going to work or not. And I'm not going to run it in the wet, so this should tell me at least that. I just need to test it first before I go it all back up. Okay, I've got a fan. There is another possibility with the ESC, and that's maybe that the fan's got something in it at some point. It does tend to get quite a lot of crud in it, but that should do for now. I'm just going to tack the lid back on. I've got a chance to take it out, so I need to give it a good run and see what it does. I'm not going to do this up super tight because I don't want to break the wires. You know, I don't want to sort of pinch the wires. And I'll just cable tie that. This receiver box is a pain. It's just a pain the way they've done it. So that's it in. Looks a mess. should be able to tidy it up a bit. So yeah, it's not going to look great, because if I do it properly, I'll route it down below the ESC, down the side, up the top. I'll route it properly, but for now, like I said, I'm just testing it. Don't like having wires hanging around about RCs, but if you're just testing, it's alright. The output on that fan doesn't look great, doesn't look really powerful. Nowhere near as powerful as on my 1.8. So I don't know if it's really going to be that great, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't look brilliant, because I don't like having wires hanging around, but it should do for me to run a test on it to see if it actually helps. Just need to know if it actually helps cool things down a bit. So I'm sure it still works. Yeah. Difficult to tell how much air that's putting out, but see if it's just enough to run a LiPo through it, that's all I need. So I've lost reliability with what I've done here, and the last thing I want to do is lose reliability. My answer, basically, if I do keep losing reliability, is to go back to the other motor, start right from scratch, use the other motor, but just put the standard spur back in, and then just up the pinion and just see what that does, because that's what I would have done if I'd have only got those bits, you know, one at a time. So I skipped a few steps here, and it's not done me any favours. But yeah, so I'm going to take that out. Hopefully I'll get a big, and hopefully it'll run through the whole session without overheating. If it does, I mean, I have got a temp gun at the moment. I can't tell if it's the ESC or the motor. These feel hot at the best of times. So at the end of a run, these motors feel hot, and I need a temp gun to actually tell me what's too hot. But yeah, I'll give that a run, and then I'll make another video on it. I'll come back and have a chat on the bench. Cheers, chaps.